Good morning and happy hump day and happy breastfeeding week. As my name implies, I am a crunchy mommy, so that means that I 100% believe in baby wearing, breastfeeding, and all of that stuff that goes along with it. So, my oldest is 5 years old, and I made the choice to breastfeed when I was pregnant with her. And I didn't make it for a lot of the reasons that most people do. I wasn't thinking, oh my God, this is going to be the best nutrition for my baby. At the time, I had been laid off, and so I didn't have a job, and I was a single mom, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to feed this baby? And in fact, it's funny because I went to a church and people were like, you're going to breastfeed this baby? And I was like, yeah, I mean, who's buying Similac? No one. So when I heard about some of the mommy benefits to breastfeeding, I committed to it. In fact, so the main reason why I chose to breastfeed was because I couldn't afford to feed my child otherwise. Similac and all of these other different brands, they are expensive. It is so expensive to buy these foods for these babies. So I was like, you know what works? These here boobs. That's what they did back in the day. And so if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for me now. And hello, this is like the most viewers that I've ever had. Hi, someone speak to me. Can I get some hearts or something? Let me know you're out there. Nothing. Okay. So of course the first reason why I chose to breastfeed was because one, I didn't have any other way to feed my child. Then the second reason why I chose to breastfeed was pure vanity. I was told that I would drop all of my baby weight with breastfeeding. That is not true. As you can, I don't know if you can tell by my feeds, but I'm a little fluffy. And it's not just because of these here milk jugs, but I didn't drop my baby weight like they said that I would because of breastfeeding. I also chose to breastfeed because of the bond that it did create between my daughters. With my oldest, I mean, it was something that I needed at the time because when I was going through pregnancy and then when I had her, I was really alone and I needed that bond between the mother and child. So that was another reason why I chose to breastfeed. The fourth reason was because it was easy for me. As soon as my first mini popped out, she popped on the boob, we latched, it was good. We had no issues. There was none of the pain. There was none of those issues as far as milk coming in. She was a little jaundiced, so they wanted to, I had to have her heel pricked and stuff like that. But as soon as my milk came in and she nursed, we were good. My milk never had a problem until she was about 10 months and I was going through a really stressful time and my milk supply decreased and I had to supplement with formula. But here's the thing, I didn't actually have to buy the formula. I just used whatever was sent to me because I was mixing it in with my own milk. So those are my reasons for breastfeeding. And I'm one of those moms who is, now that I'm in the midst of my second breastfeeding relationship, I'm 100% supportive of those moms who want to breastfeed. I have had struggles with my supply dipping. I've had struggles with trying to get a latch properly because ABC, she didn't latch as well as Minnie did. ABC, we had some issues and I was like, I don't know if this breastfeeding thing is going to work. And but we made it through. But I 100% support women who choose to breastfeed, women who choose to exclusively pump. That is also breastfeeding because pumping is a lot of work. And I give a lot of props to those women who decide to just exclusively pump because I could not do it. In fact, one of the main reasons why, or not one of the main reasons, but one of the contributing reasons why I had to leave corporate America was because I was like, I'm not pumping. I can't stand this. Sitting inside of a room that was very cold, very isolated with a double pump on, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like a cow. I'm going to start mooing any second now. Didn't want it. So big ups to all of those women who exclusively pump, and I hear some of them feel ostracized by the breastfeeding community. You are definitely embraced because it's a big thing to do. But making the choice to breastfeed my second child, it did have more to do with the nutrition. I saw how well my first child flourished. Minnie was born at 5 pounds. She was a little bitty thing. She was 100% mature, but courtesy of the breast milk, she was no longer jaundiced. She flourished. We never had issues with her thriving or anything like that. I saw how well it worked with my first child. So with my second child, I was like, oh, this is amazing. And with my second child, I did a lot more research, and I actually have a community of women that support and embrace breastfeeding as well. I'm a contributing writer. I've contributed to Healthy Mommy, Happy Baby. And one of the articles that I wrote for them was, it's definitely great to have what I call breast friends, which are women that support you in your breastfeeding relationship, because there's so many questions that come up. How do I increase my supply? What do I do if the baby doesn't want to latch? What do I do if what do I do, for midnight feedings? How do I handle my partner who wants to contribute to feeding? All these different questions. So, that was really big for me with my second child, as well as the whole pumping thing. Like I said, I don't like pumping, but I learned about hand expression, which I prefer better. So with my second, I did choose to breastfeed because of the nutrition. She is a boob baby, though. I don't know if weaning her is going to be as easy as it was with my first. So it is breastfeeding week, and so pretty much all of my periscopes, at least the morning ones, will be about breastfeeding. So these are the reasons why I chose to breastfeed. I hope that if any of you ladies out there are struggling with breastfeeding, or struggling with the decision to breastfeed, or even if you're men and your wives or the mothers of your children are struggling with breastfeeding and they need a community, please feel more than welcome to reach out to me. My email address is mrsabc@thecrunchymommy.com, or you can reach out to me on Twitter, The Crunchy Mommy. But support the tatas, support breasts, and support the feeding of the babies with the breasts. All right, that's it for me. I'm out. If you guys have anything to say, go ahead, drop me a comment, hit me with some hearts, which no one has. I don't know if you guys like me or not, but I hope you have a